House of Representatives throws its weight behind the Nigeria Shipping and Port Economic Regulatory Agency Bill 2023 as the Speaker described the legislative work as one that will streamline procedures and eliminate irregularities at the nation's ports. A public hearing that afforded stakeholders the opportunity to contribute to the development of an act to sanitize the industry was held in Abuja. We have details of that very all-important discussion on our program this week. Stay tuned, I'll be back shortly.
Congratulations to our amiable president. It's 1 year of renewed hope, 1 year of purposeful and transformative leadership, 1 year of bold and unprecedented economic reforms that have brought significant strides in various facets of our economy. The Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, in conjunction with the Nigerian Shippers Council, congratulates His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the occasion of his 1 year in office. We wish you good health and God's mercy to accomplish and fulfill your mandate to our great nation. Congratulations, sir. Signed, Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
For you, we dey gidigba,
Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting now for the port of Nani.
Hello and thanks for joining us. The program you are watching is The Shipper, Nigeria's foremost informative television program on maritime activities. My name is Abike Idowu. Stakeholders in the nation's maritime industry, some members of the National Assembly, and other distinguished personalities met at a public hearing in Abuja to discuss the Nigeria Shipping and Port Economic Regulatory Agency Bill 2023. Additional Abiodun covered the exercise and put together this report presented by Ifeyinwa Okonkwo.
It was established in 1978 to, among others, facilitate trade and protect the interests of Nigerian shippers by promoting fair practices and ensuring shipping companies comply with the approved standard operating procedures. For more than 4 decades, the Nigerian Shippers Council demonstrated capacity and professionalism in the discharge of its duties as one of the major regulators in the maritime industry. In 2015, the agency was empowered by law to become the Port Economic Regulator. This new status gave it the power to institute an effective regulatory regime for the control of tariffs, rates, and other related charges at the nation's ports. This placed additional responsibilities on the Council, which led to the initiation of the bill tagged Nigeria Shipping and Port Economic Regulatory Agency Bill 2023. This bill seeks to, among others, enhance efficiency and promote ease of doing business in the maritime industry. The Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Oloruntola Olufemi, expressed his readiness to partner with stakeholders.
The Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, since its inception, is eager and willing to partner with all stakeholders in the sector, especially the National Assembly, to enthrone a regulatory framework for the marine and blue economic sector. It is on this note that the ministry is very happy and eager to be a part of the process for reforming the sector and enthroning an enabling act to guide the regulation of the sector. We encourage every member here present and stakeholders to present genuinely their interests with a view to helping the House to take the best decision in the interest of our great nation and the sector.
The synopsis of this bill, as the name suggests, it's a guide, a catalyst, an enabler, and a planner that will reposition the Nigerian shipping and port sector, promote economic growth, enhance revenue generation, and create employment for the sustainability of the economy. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, sir, this bill seeks to create an enabling environment for private sector investment in the provision of regulated services in Nigeria. This bill also seeks to promote fair trade practices that will ensure the protection of rights and balance of interest of providers and users of regulated services. This bill, when passed into law, will also promote the efficiency in the provision of shipping and port services, enhance ease of doing business in Nigeria, minimize the high cost of doing business at the ports, and prevent its inflammatory effects on the Nigerian economy.
Discussions at the public hearing were apt, robust, and constructive as stakeholders took turns expressing their support for the enactment of the bill.
There's a jurisprudential foundation for the role of the Port Economic Regulator. The ports are the common heritage of all Nigerians, and that is why we do not have any private sector terminal owners of ports, only operators who run the ports in trust for all Nigerians. Therefore, the operations of the numerous economic actors in the ports needs to be regulated to ensure value for money, efficiency, maintenance of standards, increased investment, competitiveness, and long-term industry sustainability. This bill has been overdue since 2006, so I support it wholeheartedly. I remember his name today because he sponsored and conscientiously saw through the enactment of the Coastal and Inland Shipping Cabotage Act of 2003.
Honorable Speaker and Chair and colleagues, Nigeria is going into the continental integration under the African Continental Free Trade Area. There will be no borders. So the competitiveness of our goods in the borderless continent of 54 countries will depend on port economic regulation. What is the cost of bringing in the raw materials or the machinery that will produce the export cargo? So that is a major justification why this bill is very, very critical.
We have listened very carefully, even before today, and our position still remains and carefully that we need a regulatory agency. I believe this bill will make sure that all interests are protected and there is no suffer. Like someone earlier said, there should be a fair play, and we know that certainly this bill should take care of this issue of making sure all interests are protected.
They are there to project and protect the interests of the Nigerian shippers. Regrettably, that had been absent. The law is now coming into place. I urge that it should be given speedy attention and be recognized. And from us stakeholders, we have already reviewed the bill, and we believe largely it conforms with what stands today here. And we believe that if it is given expedited hearing and passage as soon as possible, we believe it will serve the Nigerian economy.
For the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, who was represented at the event by Honorable Sani Suli, the bill, when passed into law, would ensure an effective economic regulatory framework and create a friendly environment for private sector participation.
Stakeholders present today also underscores the gravity with which this legislative body is addressing the proposed bill. It also serves as evidence of the comprehensive and inclusive nature of the newly revised bill. This updated legislation aims to streamline procedures and eliminate any constraints that were present in the 2004 Act. This reenactment bill not only seeks to ensure that the proposed agency establishes an economic regulatory framework for effective and efficient regulation of commercial and related activities in the shipping and port sector, but also aims to create an enabling environment for private sector participation in the provision and operation of regulated services in Nigeria, amongst others. It is worthy of note that the Nigerian Shippers Council has evolved significantly from its original role as a protector of shippers' interests. It has now become the economic regulator of the entire Nigerian port system, a responsibility that extends beyond the Nigerian Port Authority to include all stakeholders within the port ecosystem. This comprehensive oversight covers the regulation and control of tariffs, rates, charges, and other economic services associated with ports operations.
Honorable Abdul Samad Dasuki, Chairman of the House Committee on Shipping Services and Other Related Matters, was of the opinion that the bill will curb arbitrary charges and other illegal activities by operators in the maritime industry.
The power sector regulator is there, in the upstream sector regulator is there, in the downstream sector you have regulator. I mean, all the economic sectors have regulators with the exception of the shipping services. So I think this is one more reason why we even have to double our efforts to make sure that this bill sees the light of the day at the shortest possible time.
The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Barrister Pius Akuta, said the proposed legislative framework will revolutionize the nation's maritime industry.
We have signed a performance bond with the Honourable Minister, and we are committed to ensuring that this bill comes into law as quickly as possible to meet the timeline. The timeline actually is supposed to be second quarter of this year. So we're in the second quarter already, and with this done, I believe that the Minister will drive further the process to make sure that it's completed in good time. We're not looking at bringing up a bill or a law that will strangulate the sector. No, that's not the intendment. The intendment is to bring sanity in the sector and ensure that the sector is booming, the economy is moving, and is contributing maximally to the national GDP.
There were contributions from two former chief executives and a director of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Chief Adebayo Sarumi, Mr. Azan Bello, and Mrs. Dabney Shalholma.
The port reform exercise took note of the need for a regulator of port and shipping services, because the port itself not only was ready to reform itself, the port has always been working with groups of people who also needed to be regulated, particularly the shipping companies, particularly the shippers themselves, whether in form of exporters or in form of importers. There was need for us to really put ourselves on a straitjacket whereby everybody will have to act by certain rules and regulations that are universal in the trade system.
This bill is fundamental. This bill is essential, and this bill will correct certain anomalies. The agencies of Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy have made tremendous contribution. The NIMASA, for example, has cured almost the issue of piracy. They have promulgated a law that is a legal framework. Nigerian Ports Authority has opened export processing centers, that is to promote exports. The Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oran, is now a stellar, academy attracting cadets from all over Africa. So this is tremendous, but we cannot pause. We have to push ahead. And I think this bill will be the crowning glory so that we have maximum contribution, that we can set the rules, promote efficiency, promote technology, infuse technology, import operations.
You are doing a very honorable thing, and we sincerely believe that Nigerian Shippers Council will come out better from this exercise. At the granular level, there are so many things in the law that will require fine-tuning, and when we come to that, we'll work on that. We are creating a law that will protect the investors as well. If an investor wants to come into Nigeria and he wants to invest, he wants to be sure that there is level playing field and then the climate is actually right for proper regulation, so that he does not invest and suffer on account of that investment without getting benefits economically.
The bill seeks to repeal a law that is preventing the Nigerian Shippers Council from enforcing the presidential directives concerning the economic regulation of the ports.
It might interest you to note that the bill has passed first and second readings. With its public hearing over, stakeholders are optimistic that it will go through a third reading and eventual passage into law very soon.
Hello and welcome to this segment. Ghana Shippers Authority (GSA) is planning to establish a port economic regulator modeled after the Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC). Principal Research Officer Elena Amanfu, Ghana Shippers Authority, disclosed this when she led a delegation to the council's headquarters in Lagos. The purpose of the visit was to collaborate on a study of port costs and charges in West Africa. GSA aims to learn from NSC's experience as Ghana reviews its own regulatory framework.
The aim of this study is to look at the cost structure and then charges and fees by the various stakeholders in the shipping industry and how they affect the clearance process. In view of this year, we as a delegation have undertaken a trip to Togo, and then we have come here in Nigeria, and we intend to go to Côte d'Ivoire to undertake the same task. Also, we are reviewing our act as a regulator. We intend to be a regulator, just as the Nigerian Shippers Council is doing. So, hence the presence of our members of parliament. So we are here today to say thank you very much, and also to learn from you so that we can take something home to Ghana and then put into practice.
Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer, NSC, Barrister Akota Pius, MON, emphasized the importance of harmonizing port operations to enhance regional trade under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Barrister Akota praised the Ghanaian initiative and pledged the Council's support for mutual growth.
This visit to Maine is very important in terms of our partnership as brothers within the same sub-region. Ghana and Nigeria to Maine are like twin brothers. And your coming here has further enlightened, gladdened my heart a lot that you have come to be with us for this number of days to undertake this study. I understand that you have been to Lekki Seaport to see things by yourself and take some of the statistics that will help you in this study. We will continue to support you for the remaining time you are here. In whatever you want, we will provide statistics that are available to help us. Because whatever comes out as a result of this study will also be beneficial to us because of this partnership that we have formed under this agreement.
Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, recently convened a meeting in Port Harcourt to prevalidate the expected minimum standards of service for shipping companies and agents operating in Nigerian ports. Representing the Executive Secretary, Chief Executive Officer, NSC, Mr. Glory Onojedo, Director, South Zone, highlighted the Council's commitment to setting and validating standards for terminal operators and implementing effective monitoring mechanisms. Attendees included representatives from shipping companies and shipping agents from rivers and on ports, demonstrating a collective effort to uphold industry standards and improve overall service quality in the maritime sector. We urge all stakeholders in the maritime industry to visit our website, www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng, for more information about our services and to lodge any complaints they may have. Likewise, if you haven't registered with the Council, kindly do so to avoid sanctions. Please register at registration@nigerianshipperscouncil.gov.ng. Let's now check on our complaints register for the week. We received a total of 3 complaints, and there are ongoing investigations. The types of complaints include outrageous charges, waiver application, and conspiracy and forgery. It is time to be updated on developments in the global maritime industry. Fincantieri CEO Pierroberto Folgero has pledged to boost local technological capabilities, transfer knowledge, and create opportunities for Saudi talent. The Italian shipbuilding group is introducing Fincantieri Arabia to leverage its expertise in shipbuilding, maritime equipment, and training in Saudi Arabia. With a focus on supporting Saudi Vision 2030, the subsidiary aims to enhance strategic partnerships and promote green and digital initiatives in the maritime industry. In other news, the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, is suing Norway for opening its seabed to deep-sea mining without assessing environmental impacts. WWF claims this violates Norwegian law and sets a dangerous precedent. Despite warnings from scientists and international opposition, Norway becomes the first country to permit commercial deep-sea mining, targeting Arctic waters. WWF argues the government's impact assessment is inadequate and legally insufficient. Moving on, Australian authorities have found 120 kilograms of raw 3,4-methylene dioxymethamphetamine worth $4.3 million on a ro-ro ship in Fremantle Harbour. The vessel carrying new Peugeot commercial vans arrived from Europe. Officials seek public help in identifying the smugglers. The Australian Federal Police highlight risks to consumers and links to organized crime. The operation underscores ongoing efforts to prevent narcotics from entering Australian communities. And that's it on Tidbits for this week.
Congratulations to our amiable president. It's 1 year of renewed hope, 1 year of purposeful and transformative leadership, 1 year of bold and unprecedented economic reforms that have brought significant strides in various facets of our economy. The Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, in conjunction with the Nigerian Shippers Council, congratulates His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the occasion of his 1 year in office. We wish you good health and God's mercy to accomplish and fulfill your mandate to our great nation. Congratulations, sir. Signed, Federal Minister of Marine and Blue Economy.
From A to B, from A to B, from north to south, from north to south, from east to west, from east to west, from port to port, from port to port. You can ship your goods and feel good too. Oh yeah, Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency, and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
With that, we wrap up this episode of The Shipper. As we conclude today's episode, we want to remind stakeholders to stay informed about upcoming changes. Nigerian Shippers Council is moving towards a paperless system in the near future. This shift will bring more convenience and efficiency to our operations. We appreciate you tuning in and invite you to set sail with us again next time for more captivating stories from the maritime realm. Goodbye.